wish I could just hashtag believe all women, but multiple stories in the media this week taught me that looking at camera footage, evidence, and the right to a fair trial is very important. Also, the story of Emmett Till should have taught all of us that.
We have horror stories, which of young men and boys and husbands in the middle of the night that a white woman specifically said that something happened to, them, that this black man whistled at them or raped them. Most of it was lies, whatever. They came into those neighborhoods at night, snatched them from their mother's arms and from, their wives' arms, but took them and just tore them out somewhere. And then sometimes they would take them back to the neighborhoods, tight, belts around them, and just in trucks and take them around the neighborhood. So the thing about women should be believed all the time. That's where kind of the issue when people like me turn on. It has to be something based on facts. And it cannot be just that women should be believed. It's who they are.
I would love to say that there's no such thing as a false flag, but I learned in CBS News this year that is not true to our United States history, and it's not true in modern history, as we learned through Project Veritas that there are political operatives that were paying mentally ill people to start violence so that the media could frame it as violence.
It doesn't matter what the freaking legal and ethics people say. We need to win this mother.
Okay.
The script of engagement. Sometimes the crazies bite, and sometimes the crazies don't bite. They're starting confrontations in the line, right? They're not starting confrontations
The volunteers.
In the rally, because once they're inside the rally, they're under Secret Service's control. When they're outside the rally,
they're more affected out. They're harder to get in.
The media will cover it no matter where it happens.
I assume it's always in the rally.
Initiating the conflict by having leading conversations with people who are naturally psychotic.
This really happened. I condemn violence, I condemn intimidation, I condemn all of the nasty negative stuff that both sides of the political debate are doing, and I think it's gross. I can't stand it. That's why I'm here, to try to bring a better energy to the political discussion. I don't like it when people send fake bombs to Democrats. It's disgusting. I don't like what happened in Charlottesville. I find it disturbing and completely insane. I don't like when Donald Trump Jr.'s wife has to go to the hospital because she opened a white powder envelope. I don't like it when Steve Scalise gets shot. I don't like it when Rand Paul gets tackled off a lawnmower and has his ribs broken. I don't like it when there's a gunman at Trump Tower. I don't like any of the violence. I don't like any of this disgusting, insane, gross stuff that's going on in our country. I'm not calling for incivility, although a lot of leaders are. I'm not calling for ramping up tactics, although both sides are. I'm simply trying to have a discussion and use my First Amendment right as I want you to do, whether you agree or disagree with me. On that note, I wanted to share a gem about what we do know, since there's a lot of people talking about what we don't know. This picture was released and confirmed by many mainstream media outlets. This is the picture of one of the bombs. I came across this thread by Tom Sauer, who is a Navy veteran who worked for the EOD. That stands for Explosive Ordnance Disposal. Here's what he had to say about the picture of the bomb. A few observations from a former bomb disposal officer. Proper pipe bombs don't have wires connected to both ends. That's dumb. You can find timers/remote control receivers way smaller than whatever that white box is. A proper timer would best be stored inside the pipe, making it fully encapsulated. That thing is just silly looking. Bottom line, whoever made that wanted it to be painfully obvious to anyone and everyone that it's a bomb. This is nearly the same as a bundle of road flares wrapped together with an old-timey alarm clock ticking away. Hoax devices are far more common than real ones, in which case we should ask ourselves what the motives of the bomber are and who benefits. Go ahead. Think deeply and critically. Just something interesting to see and think about that you might not see otherwise. Many people are going to jump to conclusions, stick to their already preconceived biases, and be completely stubborn as to what really happened. Me personally, it just seems disgusting. I don't care if it goes left or right. There's been dozens of incidents over the last year that have been horrific, horrible, and definitely, obviously, a political attack. I don't like it. We need to chill out. We need to have discussions. If we weaken ourselves internally in this country, we will be taken advantage of by bad foreign people and bad people domestically. This helps no one. Anytime there is any sort of narrative and they tell you you have to agree with this, or you're a horrible person, or you're this, or you're that, or you're the other, as long as you do it peacefully and civilly, that's just not true. Everyone should be skeptical of politicians that they love and of politicians that they can't stand, of news narratives that they believe that fit in with their biases and preconceived notions, and with news narratives that go against their preconceived notions and biases. If everybody did this, thought critically, and was a little bit nicer to each other and a little bit more considerate and understanding, America would be better by tomorrow. I hope whoever did this terroristic style attack on people is held accountable and brought under full force of the law. We don't need this stuff in America. We don't really need it anywhere in the world. Thanks for listening. I appreciate you. Have a good week.